Hi guys, welcome back. Wanted to go through something I helped a player with the other day. Obviously, I don't know anything about your swing, sort of how you understand the swing and what your physical gifts and limitations are. So make sure that, again, this is more for information purposes, is not specifically for you. So take that for what it's worth. With this player, they were having a tough time holding their balance in their finish, okay? So things that are factors in this, obviously, when we're looking at how a player moves, one thing I'm always looking for in their assessment is how good is their single leg balance. That's one part of the test. We also look at foot function and then how the ankles are working. Those are all factoring into the balance, obviously all the way up into sort of the hips and the glutes and how they control their muscles to help them stay in a balanced position, which obviously factors into the swing massively, because if I'm out of balance, my brain will not add speed into the swing, okay? So we want to make sure we're in a balanced position, super important. So for this player, one thing that we worked really hard on, so as part of the balance, so obviously knowing your assessment is really important when it comes to balance. The other part is, when you're doing the swing, are you coming into impact and are you staying down the whole time with your legs, okay? So when I'm going down with my legs, that's actually me getting lighter, right? So if I go down fast enough, I actually can lift my feet as I'm going down. That just shows that I'm actually unweighting totally my body weight when I'm going down, right? So when we're doing the downswing, we do want a little bit of that, right? We're gonna have a little bit of lowering, not a massive amount, sort of depends on the person. But when we're coming through impact, we wanna start using the ground, pushing off the feet, starting to stabilize. A good idea here is as my arms extend, typically the harder my arms start to extend out, the harder I'm gonna push off the ground. If my arms are staying bent, I don't really have incentive to stand up, because if my arms stay bent or too bent, I would miss the ball, right? So the brain knows that that's not going to work. So for this player, we really worked hard on, as they were coming in, what it was like, one, to extend the arms, and two, to push off the ground enough where they felt like they were as tall as they were in sort of their standing position, okay? So when I start pushing off the ground, the muscles in my foot all the way up my leg to my hip are going to start to activate, helping my stability. Obviously, I'm pushing, that's making me heavier. And one thing that I think is a good way to do it is, now I'm in a strong position at the end. With some of the juniors, we talk about being in a position where you feel like someone could push you and you could still hold your balance, okay? So my legs are engaged, I'm pushing off my trail foot, so I'm in a strong position. My lead leg is all the way extended and I'm all the way up, okay? Again, depending on the person on how extreme that can be. For this player, they really needed to feel like they were getting as tall as they possibly could, okay? So when we're doing this, we are going back, arms were extending, and then from here we're really pushing off the ground to get a nice stable finish. So my arms are extending, I'm pushing off the ground, both legs are active. I feel nice and tall in that finish position versus being super bent with my knees. And then from there, I'm managing my low point with my arms, and I'm also having a tough time managing that force going into the ground to help me stay stable. Use that little drill. If you feel like your balance is a bit off, that's a good first place to start. Second spot is obviously understanding how you move and how that fits into your swing. If you're interested to know a bit more about that, make sure you check the description below. Me or my team can help walk you through sort of what those steps are to know a little bit about more, your gifts, your limitations, and the best way for you to get better at this great game. Have a great day, guys.